Katamari Damacy Reroll is a trip. It's a vibrant, wacky, fun time with a fantastic sense of progression and scale that is only held back by the game's length and controls. The basic concept of Katamari is that you have to go to Earth to roll up everything you can because your egotistical father, the king of all cosmos, went on a destructive cosmic romp after a night of binge drinking, destroying all of the stars in the sky. It is your job as his 5cm offspring to roll up anything and everything you can into your ball of stuff, or Katamari, within a specific time frame in the hopes that it will be a sufficient size to become a celestial body of some kind. From the first level to the last, the size your Katamari is supposed to be grows from a minuscule 10 centimeters to a gargantuan 300 meters. Naturally, this means that what you roll up varies greatly. In total, there are over 1,000 different items to roll up, all with varying sizes, from a 1 centimeter ant to a 336 meter tower. The progression and seamlessness from the small to the large to the even larger and beyond is impressive. You can grow your Katamari from the size of a pachinko ball to the size of a car in a matter of minutes. The visual style is rather cartoonish and low poly, and the presentation and overall design of the world follows suit. Most of the game takes place in a small town in Japan, and exploring this small town and then rolling it all up is a delight. Cartoonish representations of real and fantastic objects are abundant. Pigeons ride in shoes, sextuplets ride on their father's shoulders in a tall stack, humongous octopi take up entire islands, kaiju fight in the ocean, and sumo are buried in a construction zone. These comical representations of everyday life are made even more amusing when animals, people, cars, and buildings are added to your Katamari. Adding a layer of noise and confusion to the delightful fever dream that is Katamari. The delight that comes with rolling up the diverse array of everything and anything is bolstered by an equally fun and unpredictable soundtrack. The soundtrack varies from the main theme of the game, Katamari on the Rocks, to an Ocarina of Time style overture title theme, to alternative Japanese rap, to love pop songs, to quirky techno music, to big band swing, and everything in between. The only thing that every song has in common is that they all focus on rolling. Otherwise, the only repeated riff or motif in the entire game is the main theme, further contributing to the creator's goal of maintaining novelty throughout the entire game. One thing that betrays the game's wacky sense of fun and novelty are the controls. Despite eventually being able to master them, they greatly detracted from my overall experience. Although the difficulty and unpredictability of the controls does fall into line with the game's physics, it does hinder the enjoyability of the game, with the tutorial definitely not being enough preparation for the actual game's physics. If I were to hand off the controller to my sister, to my friend, or to my cousin, and tell them to try out the tutorial, many of them would put down the controller and complain about how obtuse it is, which is an indication of a tutorial that needs some tweaking. Other than the controls, this PlayStation 2 classic up-res to HD is a delight despite being a tad on the short side for a game with a $30 price tag, with the whole game clocking in around the 15-hour mark without replaying any of the levels. However, due to the open nature of every level and the guarantee that each playthrough of a level will be unique, the length can easily be doubled. Overall, Katamari Damacy Reroll is a fantastic, frantic, and fun romp through Earth with a brilliant soundtrack and an inspired sense of scale and progression that isn't afraid to experiment and be wild, and the payoff for this experimentation is immense. I give Katamari Damacy Reroll for Nintendo Switch a 9.3 out of 10.